tonight, not only is it a special night because of the guests I have,
Nexxlegacy.
we have so many people from overseas. I want to send a shout out to all the listeners in Germany, Japan, Australia that's big fans of Karyn White, big fans of New Edition. I want to send a shout out to all the people out there that is, of course, in the States, glued in, wanting to check and see what's going on with Miss Karyn White. And I want to not only welcome Karyn White, I want to say thank you to Miss Karyn White as I put her on. Her mic is on Branded After Dark tonight. Karyn White, Happy New Year, baby.
Hey, how are you?
Wonderful,
how is everybody?
You know what? Everybody's been standing in line, seems like literally an hour or so before the show aired, just to kind of, file in and just hear your voice and so you can be able to preach to the world and let people know what you've been up to and what's going on. So first off, like I said earlier, I want to thank you, not just for being on the show tonight, but thank you for being a lot of people's inspirations, not just your fans that remember you from way back, not way back when, but they remember you from when you first started. Come on now, it hasn't been that long. But also the new people, the young ones that's just now really trying to see exactly what Karyn White was up to and the contributions you made to music. And not only that, for myself, you inspired me, and we didn't even cross paths until now. And you inspired me before you even knew me. So I want to thank you for coming on and hanging out with us tonight.
Wow, you just don't know what that does to me, because this is what it's all about. It's just seizing the day, seizing the moment, and I really am thankful. It's like to hear you say that. I don't take that for granted, and because you know how this industry is. It's like they're all about today, and the yesterday is like, who cares? So I'm really grateful, and you do it for the love of what you do, and you hope that you can make a lasting impression, and I'm just thankful. So that's all.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like during the times you dropped your albums and stuff like that. I remember so many songs. Can I Stay With You? Love Sword, Romantic, Superwoman, The Way I Feel About You, etc., etc. As a guy back then, and Miss Karyn White, not only the beautiful voice, but you're just beautiful. And I was like, hey, I think she's singing to me. I think she's singing to me.
I was, exactly. That's right. And it's so, yeah. I was going to say it's so great because with the new album, I was, as you're talking about those songs, and I'm sitting up here, I'm thinking about, okay, for the new show, I'm like, I really want to play a lot of my new stuff because it's the new Karyn White. I really feel like I'm starting over, but of course,
right,
with a perk because I have hits.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just evolved. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so I'm hoping that it, when I play at the Raz Room and when I play, that I'll be able to do that because I told myself I was going to ask the fans to say, is it okay if I do my my new stuff, and definitely do my old, but I just want to make sure that I get to do where I'm at today because, that was
I'm going to be in the front row saying, let me hear the new stuff. I definitely want to hear there's something new.
Yeah.
But also,
it's my best album. It's my best album. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It's sick.
Wow, you saying that's your best album, and that's a lot coming from a lot of the songs that not only did I just say just a little while ago, but also, you will always have music that people will listen to and people will be able to vibe with for years on end. Still to this day. It hits in the 80s and 90s or whatever, and people I still got CDs. I still got. Let me go way back. I still got Karyn White tapes. Let me just put it out there. I still got tapes.
But I know how it is. Please, because my tape. If you listen to my iPod, I'm like that. Of course, Earth, Wind and Fire, Marvin Gaye, Al Green. I'm very eclectic.
Mhm. And you might as well put your name right up in there too with all these legends. You know what I mean? So
exactly. It's music. You know how we do. It's just it's about music should make you feel memories and make you feel like you can just achieve anything you want to achieve. You can love. You can just it just provoke that feeling. And so that's the school I come from.
No doubt.
Great,
do you actually have a name for the album that we're about to hear in 2012 or?
Oh yes, it's a movement. It's you know, God really has blessed me. I've had 3 surgeries in the last month and like a week, and so as I was in the hospital going through, I mean, I'm okay. Everything's cool, but it was just,
Okay,
yeah, a great, friend of mine was telling me about, he said, really what you're going through is really, carpe diem. You're seizing the day with what you're doing, because it felt like as I was, trying to record this record, I kept trying to finish it, but I kept having these surgeries that weren't even like, what the heck? Where did this come from? Because I'm healthy. So I just really made me just, it's like I got to get it no matter what. So the name of the album is called Carpe Diem, which is a Latin phrase for seize the day. And really that's what I'm doing. I'm getting it in. I'm grinding. I'm loving it. I love the fact that I have the wisdom now, because I'm older, but I'm still young, of course, because I got the swag and all that.
right.
But,
Hey.
but you know what I mean? But when you're young, it's just that, you just don't have that it's that wisdom isn't there. So I'm excited because, I feel like I'm older and yet I still have this wonderful energy that's like I'm 20. And so I feel like I just feel better than before. My voice is seasoned and gotten richer, and God is just good. That's all I can say, because I had a fear. I hadn't been singing, and it wasn't that I stopped, loving music. I just, I don't know. I had been doing it since I was 8 years old, right? So I figure like I've been getting it in since I was 8. So and I'm such a crazy. If you meet any of my friends or my team around me, I'm so focused and driven that if I'm not truly good at like balancing other things. Whenever I'm with this artist thing, it's like it just takes over me. It's like it's hard for me to do it half but anything. So
Right.
like I said, so I was doing that since 8, and when I was 16, do you remember the group Switch from
I
Motown
remember.
with Bobby
Yeah.
DeBarge? Yeah. Okay. The drummer of Switch signed my group I was in called Legacy. So from 16, like professionally, I've been getting it in, and then since then, from then it went to O'Brien, who was an incredible artist with Don Cornelius, and then Jeff Lorber, blah 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 blah. But so I took a break, and to raise my daughter Ashley Lewis, who is Terry Lewis, the icon producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. That's my baby daddy. And I just sent her off to college. We just sent her off to Howard University, and I'm like,
Right on.
it's just, yeah, so it's just that time. In other words, I told her, I said, we're both getting it in. You're going to college, and Mommy is doing her thing in music again, and I'm so excited to be back.
And Karyn, with this time around, with all the changes that's taken place since you were last in the music scene, how comfortable are you getting, just not just the product to the people, but getting the word out with music? Because especially with your music and what you've done for us was set that bar where each song that you did put out set a standard. It gave us a window to look in, so to speak. So how comfortable are you this time around in 2012 with just putting out your own music and your own brand once again?
Oh man, I'm more comfortable. You know why? Because I see the need for it, and I respect what the young like I like what Alicia Keys is doing a lot, because I feel like she's keeping the integrity of music, and of course Beyonce is just she's just a queen. She's just ridiculous as a performer and everything else, and I love Usher. And so my thing is that it's just a different time. But what I don't like is that all the music sounds the same. I don't like the fact that you turn on radio and it's just like everybody's trying to be Beyonce, and that I don't like. Everybody's trying to be Usher. So my whole thing is like the variety. We grew up on variety. Like I said, I named all those people.
Right.
Luther and Maxwell and Prince and Michael. These are like different colors of rainbow. So I'm excited to just do my thing, and I do it, and I'm a leader, and I'm stepping out with, myself as well as my team. I have, Jay King from Club Nouveau fame, but he also has the Jay King Network on Blog Talk Radio as well. He's my manager, and Angela Ellerby, and my publicist, and my social media team. We're just, it's exciting because I feel like now is the time to where, you don't have to have a label like a Warner Brothers. You can reach your fans and your audience directly through all the social media and marketing. So as the businesswoman in me is loving it because I can own myself. So that's right. Where I'm at now, and I can really control my image and do what I want to do. So this time, I mean, for some people it would be scary, but during that hiatus, I was trying to be Donald Trump. I was buying real estate and doing interior design. No, really, and it took I had to have a lot big cojones to do what I was doing. Of course, I got with a mentor, but I entered into a field that I was like, okay, this is real business, and so I just get how numbers work, and so I'm like, hey, why would I sign with a label when I already have a name? So you know what I'm saying? I don't really need to do that. So I'm hoping to inspire the artists, other artists from my day, or just any new artist to say, hey, you don't really need. It's a different world, and it's exciting. So
and you said something that was Karyn, that was crucial too about. Especially nowadays when you say you turn on the radio, you hear the same song or you hear the same thing from, it could be different artists or whatnot. And see, that was the thing that set you apart from so many others, was you did not sound like the next female R&B and soul singer. You had your own style. You had your own signature style. And that's what gravitated. That's what captured so many men and women and fans of yours, was the fact that you didn't. You was you, and you was real genuine with it too. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny that you would say that, because I feel like that too. I feel like that was always. That's why I don't listen. A secret, I'll tell you a secret. I don't listen to female artists because I don't want to adopt their style. So I kind of listen from a distance, but I don't. I won't own their records, because especially if you admire them, it's easy to hear them and pick up their licks, their inflections, their subject matter. So really, I'm like men. That's why my voice is kind of a little bit unique in that sense, because you go, who does she really sound like? So, Prince, of course, I love Maxwell, Luther, you'll hear Al Green, especially on this record, man. It's what I'm calling the sound of it. I'm calling it retro acoustic. And we do, like my up-tempos are, man, they're off the chain. I'm so excited because these are like my best up-tempos that I've had. And, because I want to, in concert, I'm a performer, and the whole point is just really connecting with the audience. I'm not, I'm come from the school of Prince and Michael and, Patty, Gladys. These are artists that really entertain you. So I'm really excited. My band is incredible. Derek Allen, Bobby G. These are people that have played, with Lionel and Earth, Wind and Fire. So I mean, it's just going to be a great show, and we're just going to have a great time. And I'm so excited, and I love the Bay Area.
I get a chance to meet you. I am looking forward to it. March 1st through the 3rd. Miss Karyn White's going to be at the Raz Room. Any information, you guys and girls can go check it out if you go to www.razroom.com. Also, you can go and sign up for her website, which is www.karynsworld.me. And Miss White don't roll with the regular .com. She has to do the .me, baby. That's what's up.
You are so sweet. You know what? But you have to you're doing great. I have, Jay King has his radio show too, and I'm like, look at you. You're even knowing all my websites, and I'm like, that's hot. I love it.
Karyn, I'm a fan first, sweetheart. I am a fan first. So anything that you got going on, I am on it like crazy. Like when I found out you was going to be out here at the Raz Room, before we even started talking about setting up interviews and stuff like that, first thing I did was go on Ticketmaster, go lock that in, go to Raz Room, check it out. I'm ready. I am ready. And I'm there. And, Karyn, I'm there all 3 days. So if you're singing the same songs or whatever, I'm still going to be there in the front row supporting my girl. That's what I do.
Oh, yeah. We're going to sing the same songs, but we just, believe me, you never know what she's going to get, because I may
That's exactly.
I'm coming from the school of Prince. I may feel like going into Make It Funky. That's how I am. Because I do it for me. I'm like, okay, I love y'all, but I got to have fun, too. So, you know what I'm saying, though?
No doubt. Let me ask you this, because CNN.com probably about a month or so ago had a good piece on just R&B music and things like that. And I hear a lot from people in radio people online, people sending emails about saying that some of the music, as far as the R&B and soul, lost some of its soul, especially now compared to back then. Do you kind of agree with the way it's going right now? A lot of people kind of lost that romance, because you brought, of course, being a very, very beautiful woman, you brought a lot of romance with your music, a lot of tenderness with your music, a lot of seduction as well, without even being revealing. So how do you feel about it nowadays, with it being the way it is with R&B and soul now?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but that's why I'm so glad that the record companies. Well, I'm not glad, of course. I don't want anyone to go out of business, because I understand it's a business. But I don't like that they're cloning. It's like that's what they're perpetuating. There's so many artists that are just bad, ridiculous, and that because they don't sound like, pop. And even me, like, even when people were submitting songs, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. That's too pop. It's not,
right.
There was no soul, and it's like, so I definitely, they just looked at it as business. It's like, hey, this is what's selling, so if we can clone that. And so that's why the underground is so popular, and like I have an artist by the name of Jay Ali out of Sacramento. He wrote a lot of the songs on this album, and he'll be doing the duet with me, Babyface, and he's sick. So what I'm saying is that I want to, I definitely support that, because like I said, it goes back to just the rainbow of colors. You gotta, and that's where we, and then another thing too is at the church. I grew up, I sang in church, so a lot of that, it comes, that's the root. You got blues, gospel. These are, the roots for black people as far as soul music. And so I think it's just the generation. A lot of them don't even know, these hymns or anything. So it's just a sign of the times. And, but it's not good, because I look at, I try to tell my daughter, I'm like, okay, who's that? I really kind of school her with, Dionne Warwick, this person, that person. I'm trying to open up her ear, because otherwise it's just so, like I said, it's just one-dimensional with this stuff. And I love hip-hop, I do, but I just, there's, that's just one side of music. So I just hate that it's like an either-or with, how the radio is. It's like everything's one thing, and that's just not cool, because it's like, how it goes.
And I come from that school of hard knocks, ball so hard university type of mentality, where when you hear music from the soul, it's not about what a person has on as far as dressing, or it doesn't, this person got this particular shape. I can close my eyes and I can hear a Karyn White song, and it's just going to touch me in a way where no other song is ever going to touch me on this planet, because of the way you sung it and how you put it down. So it doesn't matter, just you being you and being the way you are, that's a plus in itself. But that God-given talent is something that people will never take away from you. That's why Karyn White will always be relevant.
Wow. Wow. I mean, you are really just, you making me, I don't even feel, I don't check for myself like that, and it's like I said, I'm very humbled by what you're saying, because like I said, this industry will make you feel like, like that was yesterday, and so it's really important to know that like I said, that people do appreciate it, and I'm just, like I said, I'm grateful, humbled again, and I do this, this time around. I'm really excited because I want to inspire. The whole concept is carpe diem. It's just about today and seizing the moment. And I keep saying that because a lot of people are, especially during like the late 30s and 40s, 50s. It can be a really tough time for people to feel like, okay, I'm not young, I'm not old. I've had it probably, or haven't had it, lost it, and so a lot of people give up. And I'm really want to show that you can do it. I mean, I've been gone 17 years. You see what I'm saying? So, and I feel, like I said, I take care of myself. I feel like I'm better. So I want to inspire people to go back to school, go get that degree, go open that business, go, dream. And that's really what I'm hoping to. I'm living it, actually.
and your first single, Sister Sisters, which is available on iTunes. People can go to iTunes.com, search Karyn White, go ahead and grab that. That's inspirational, not just to the ladies, but also to the fellas that's looking for the strong women out there to be able to listen and gravitate to music like that. I love music like that because it does inspire me to be able to play this for the ladies out there that's listening, and even for the fellas to pay attention, because it's always, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're going to co-sign on it, it's always good to be able to have an assertive man that pays attention to a woman's wants and needs as well, right?
Of course. I'm like, you is just, I'm telling you, I'm loving you over here. I'm like, who is
Am I making Karyn White speechless tonight? Are you speechless tonight on Branded After Dark? Is that it? Oh, come on.
I like where you're coming from. I really am speechless. But, yeah, definitely. But in the song, it's not about, it's a wake-up call to sisters because, boy,
I agree.
I mean, I have a daughter, right? And like I said, I'm looking at these girls getting out of limousines, showing their JJ and thinking, oh, that's hot. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I'm like, I can't even, I mean, you just think about that. You know, that's a woman today. We're the givers of life. We got to be an example. A woman, of course, there's the Lord, there's God, there's a man, and then we're the helpmate. And it's like we are just off the mark. And so that song is really saying, when I see you, I see me. Look in the mirror. We got to get it together amongst ourselves. And because the woman today is just a whole nother kind of woman. You know, it's there about, you know, if you look at the images and everything, and you know what I'm saying. I don't want to even have to try to say it, but you know what's out there. It's just like, whoa. You know,
and
you know. I'm sorry.
And I have a 9-year-old daughter, so my views on a lot of different things, it was always, you know, pro-women, because, you know, it's hard. You know, this business is so hard for women anyways, being blackballed for a lot of different reasons. You don't have to show, you don't have to raise up your skirt just to be able to get a deal or for to have some guy pay attention to what you do. Your talent is going to reign supreme at the end of the day.
Exactly. But you know what? It's you know, it's hard when you see the shortcuts happening, and then so, you know, and everybody's looking at, okay, well, maybe this is the way. So you got to have, you know, and I was talking to Jay-Z's artist. Her name is Bridget Kelly, and we did a show on TV One, and she was saying how she heard my song. She was like, wow, we don't sing songs like this, you know, and she was saying, you know, I think she's 23, and she's like, boy, we don't even have this kind of sisterhood, you know. Right. And so I was just telling her, you know, she's like, how was it like that? Was it like that with you and Jody Watley and Pebbles? And, you know, she was just naming, like, Money the Baker, that whole era. I was like, honestly, I said, you know, it's just a different – the great thing I respect about it is that we all had our individual styles. And I was just talking to someone. I'm thinking about how bad Jody Watley was and how, you know, she was like she was really our black Madonna. You know, right. she was, you know what I mean? But we don't – and of course, Madonna was on like 2 days ago. You know, she's doing a movie, producing or directing a film that's coming out now. So she's singing for the Super Bowl. But you know, of course, you know, no one really remembers how influential a lot of black artists have been, and it's really, you know, I don't know why. I guess because there's so many talented black artists. I don't know why we just don't appreciate, you know, the legends of our business. That's the part I don't like either.
That's the $1 million question I've been trying to ask ever since I've been doing radio almost 5 years, is that, you know, people do it for the love of it, and people should show their appreciation more. Not, you know, and you need to include yourself in that as well, Karyn. Like you said, Jody Watley, Pebbles, there's so many different artists that we need to appreciate and understand more. And the young kids need to just, there's so many places you can go find information on R&B and soul. You can look up Karyn White. You can look up Jody Watley. You can look up Pebbles. You'll be able to find all the information, hear all the old songs and all the new stuff that these people got coming out as well. So that's something that we definitely need to figure out, and we need to help these young people educate themselves more.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
we do. People can also follow Karyn. Karyn has Twitter. She has Twitter. She's active on Twitter. Yeah. Hit her up on twitter.com/Karyn_world, and you can hit her on Facebook as well. All you got to do is type in Karyn White. You'll be able to find all of her information with a Y. Karyn, people, not the E-N. You know, Karyn doesn't do it the normal way. She don't roll like that, people. She don't do that.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm
Just,
paying for that too. That little
hey.
quirkiness in me, trust me, I'm paying for it. I'm like Karyn, because I have a book coming up, right?
Right.
I'm like, man, my standards are high. I mean, it's just, but I've got to look at it. I mean, I've been around. I'm so blessed. I mean, who starts out with Jeff Lover, who was just an incredible jazz artist, musician, sick. I toured with Dave Koz, was in the band. Then O'Brien before that, Don Cornelius, L.A., Babyface, Jimmy Terry, Ben Medina. These are the people, Ron Sweeney, Clarence Avon. I mean, I'm just sitting up here, and I'm just so grateful. I'm like, wow. I mean, that didn't have to happen that way. So I'm just, like I said, so I know, and I always say what the Bible says, with much wisdom comes much sorrow. And so I feel like, because I want to do it.
I was listening to Facts of Love the other day, and I still keep a lot of stuff on rotation.
That's funny.
Classic. Come on now, I can listen to that. I can listen to that for years on end. Trust me, it's relevant.
Do you remember O'Brien?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he was the cat. He was like the. What would I say? Probably more. Yeah. I'm trying to think of who he would have been back. He was. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Like the baby face of that time, or even somebody.
You know what? I think I would probably put him up there just like that too. I mean, he was real active in this business, definitely. Yeah. Most definitely.
So that was a trip, being 17, being out on the road. And then we opened up for Cameo. And you're talking about, that was incredible, just learning from them. You're talking about a show, they brought it. So it's just, I'm just, like I said, I'm just so excited. And I want to, of course, we got to show these youngsters.
We got to. We don't have no choice. We got to. And before I let you go, people, don't forget, Miss Karyn White will be at the Raz Room Thursday, March 1st to Saturday, March 3rd. Just make sure you go to razroom.com, get all your information that you need, get the tickets. Make sure you go ahead. She's going to put on a show. I will be there, like I said, in the front row, cheering her on like it's my song as well. Let me ask you.
Huh? Oh my God!
No, I'm gonna be. Yeah. I'm telling you, every time I hear you sing, you do something to me. So I don't know what it is, but I'm.
You hear this?
Look it.
And listen to this. This is gonna be interesting because I asked Jay to get some music to you. He didn't get any samplers to you, huh?
Nah, but you know what? We got time though. We got time. We gonna shock some people. We got time.
Okay, but I definitely want to let you preview it. But yeah, so I'm
gonna be able to hear. I'm gonna be able to hear some of the new stuff that you have when you do your performance at the Raz Room. Also, before one more question that I do have for you. When it comes to, we kind of mentioned your music and you being real active as far as your songs, as far as in the romance department, being real tender with it, just the whole seduction of it all. Like, what can we do to bring that relationship aspect of these particular songs back to the forefront again? Is it going to take more stations like this, more people like yourself coming back doing music, or what can we do?
It's going to take more. It's going to take more stations like this, and that's the beauty of where we are now, the choice. I mean, look at what you're doing. I don't think, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this with you. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then, like you said, you come from a foundation of really appreciating music. It's not just a job to you. You really love music. So, people like you bringing it back and making platforms, and, exactly. So it's just, like I said, that's the world we live in now. So I would hope, that your listeners, I'm sure they appreciate you for bringing the people on. Did you have an audition on tonight?
Not yet. Towards the bottom of the hour, the beginning of the next hour, actually. But at the same time, since you brought them up, here's what the fan base of New Edition and the fan base of Karyn White and myself in this station is actually going to do. You know how that Hollywood Walk of Fame, they need a couple of stars, right? They need a Karyn White star and a New Edition star, right? So what we're going to do is, and we actually have a petition that we're getting ready to put out there on Nexxlegacy.com, Nexxlegacy.com. to be able to get those stars out there for you guys. I mean, New Edition, of course,
Wow.
being one of those super-duper groups, and, of course, Karyn White, iconic R&B and soul singer, my inspiration.
Wow.
We're going to be working real hard in 2012 to be able to get that star for you guys. So that's what we're doing.
Wow, that's incredible. And you got to definitely tell my guys, New Edition, hey, I love them. I can't wait. I used to play shows with them, so hopefully in the future, you know, we'll definitely get together, because we did. I toured with Bobby Brown, and of course Donnie Gill separately too. So it'll be great to tour with New Edition. So that'll be hot.
That would be a good look.
You know, I love it. They're definitely seizing the day. So tell them I said Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem, no doubt. Coming out soon, Karyn. I appreciate you for not just hanging out with me, but I really, really appreciate you for what you've done for me and the fans and what you are continuing to do. And I can't wait to see you in March. March can't get here soon enough.
I know.
Can't get here soon enough.
Either. And I thank you so much again for all your support and love, and I really feel you. And it's something about the Bay Area, man. Y'all don't we just get it? I mean, I'm serious. It's a whole nother vibe. I'm telling you. There's such a connection, and I think like the Bay Area is like they set the trend for music. I'm telling you.
Hey,
they know their music. So I'm so excited to start it all off, kick it off. That's where it started off for me anyway, because my band is from the Bay. And
absolutely.
Shout out to Dwayne Wiggins and Raphael Sadiq.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, God bless you.
Same here. I got to play one of your classic songs, one of my all-time favorites, Can I Stay With You?
Oh.
And thank you again, Karyn. Just you being you has done a lot for me in my lifetime still. So continue to keep doing you and stay on that blessed path, baby.
Thank you. And I'm
going
to check you out, too, and be listening to your show, too. Now I'm going to lock you in. So I know, you're on Blog Talk and you do a show, and I definitely will lock you in and be supporting you as well. And anything I can do, I'm here. And I thank you again.
Love you.
Nexxlegacy.